Madam Clerk.
Adequate notice of this meeting was provided in accordance with Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
Okay, take a moment of silent medication. Ask our Lord to help us out, make the correct decisions tonight. We stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to be led by Deputy Director Marchand. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Alstino.
Here.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Here.
Commissioner Romero.
Here.
Commissioner Lowe's. Present. Commissioner Taylor. Present. Deputy Director Marchand.
Here.
Director Sorrow.
Here.
Do I have a motion and second to accept and dispense with the reading of the minutes from the last public meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There is no correspondence.
Okay.
Do I have a motion and second to open public comment on resolutions only?
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay, anyone for the public wish to come up and speak before the board on all resolutions only, if you can come up, state your name and location.
Good evening. I'm Nancy Ridgway from Upper Deerfield and Fairfield Township. Glad we could have the meeting this evening.
Chris, can you do me a favor? Could you bring that down so she can...
Sure.
The lights are working today.
Or her mic is off.
There you go. All right. Thank you.
Well, I can holler.
You did a good
Can you
job.
hear me now?
All right.
Good evening. I'm Nancy Ridgway from Upper Deerfield and Fairfield Township. I thank you all for joining us this evening. Glad to have the whole board present. On a resolution 2025-625, it's a resolution appointing a member to the Construction Board of Appeals. Now, I am aware that this board has known the Construction Board of Appeals needed members for several months. I went to 2 different meetings and we didn't have a quorum, so we couldn't have a meeting. And people showed up to have a meeting in front of the Board of Construction Appeals. So I'm glad that this evening that you're finally appointing somebody, that maybe when we have another meeting, that we can have a quorum. Resolution 2025-626. This is a resolution reappointing member and appointing a new member to the Vocational Board of Education. This is a sore spot for me. I've been complaining about it for years. And we're appointing a member to the board from Vineland, another one. This means that this vocational board that covers the whole county with 4 sending school districts has 4 board members from Vineland and 2 board members from Cumberland Regional School District. There is no board members representing the City of Bridgeton schools or the City of Millville schools. This is a disgrace. You're responsible for taking care of every student in this county that attends that school, and they all should be represented. Now, if it's going to take changing the bylaws to get some more board members on that school board, that's what you should do. I've talked to the superintendent, and she's told me it is up to this board to do something about the members on that Board of Education. Now, we don't get to vote on that Board of Education members. That's you appointing them. And Bridgeton hasn't been represented at all, and I've been going to those board meetings before they started the new high school. and Bridgeton City with Lawrence Township and Dam Township have not been represented on that board. And that is a disgrace. And now the one member from Millville, you've knocked off to put someone from Vineland on that board, and that is a disgrace. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Anybody else from the public wish to address anything on resolutions, please? Seeing none?
Do I have a
Motion
motion?
closed.
Motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Department head comments?
Good evening. I'm Cheryl Bolden, I'm the Director of the Division of Social Services. I'm just here to share a little bit of information with you tonight about the impact of the federal government shutdown that's going to happen to Cumberland County residents. We've all heard the news with the shutdown of the federal government. Some of you also may have heard that the federal government has informed states that the November allotments for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, or most people know it as food stamps, will not occur. They've actually told states not to send their files. They will not be putting the funds on the electronic benefit cards so that this assistance will not be available. Typically, it is available anywhere from the 1st to the 5th of every month. Again, so we have been informed that these funds will not be available due to the shutdown. This is somewhat unprecedented. We've had federal shutdowns before, but these funds have not been impacted. But that is not the case as of today. As late as 5 o'clock, I was on a telephone call with the Division of Family Development. So I just wanted to share some information on how this impacts the residents of our community. We have approximately 14,000 households in Cumberland County that collect SNAP. It's about 27,000 people, and approximately 13,000 of those are children. In addition to the number of people that this program is a safety net for to provide food for their families, it also generates about $5.5 million every month in Cumberland County that goes to grocery stores, bodegas, and wherever those EBT cards are able to be used. It is a federal entitlement program, meaning that we follow federal regulations and rules. Individuals apply at the county level. They complete the applications. They provide us with the documentation that is required in order for us to determine the eligibility. We determine them eligible, and then they are entitled to these funds, which they will not receive on November 1st. The state has no ability to fund this. I know there is some speculation out there that somebody else maybe can just pay for it. The state doesn't have the ability to do this. As I kind of quoted, it's about $5.5 million a month in Cumberland County. It's over $160 million a month for the entire state of New Jersey. So there's no mechanism for the state of New Jersey or for the county to pay for these benefits. And as a matter of fact, the federal government has told states that if they do pay them, they will not be reimbursed to front this money. So again, these benefits will not be available. So we have a lot of families that won't have the funds to buy the food. We have a lot of families that may have to make some tough decisions, as I believe this will trickle down on whether or not they're going to pay their mortgage or their rent, or they're going to feed their families. So I do see the potential for this to trickle down. We're doing whatever we can do. At my office, the Division of Social Services, we had a meeting today with Jill Lombardo and some of her team at Rural Development and the food distribution to see what we could do for a stopgap to provide some food to some of these individuals. I don't have all the details yet. We're still working on things, but we are going to try to provide some food through that distribution center. It is not going to be the amount that individuals receive on a monthly basis. It is not going to cover all of their their food expenses, but we will do whatever we can to help them until hopefully this money becomes available soon. So then I just wanted to inform you of this, wanted to let you know how many people that impacted, and if you had any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Yeah,
We had a conversation today, we were talking that you have some plans with the rural development to it's a lot of volunteers. You said that people may volunteer to help, on election day to help feed, at least distribute foods, but a lot of food banks are probably pretty busy in the next month. Did you ask Ms. Lombardo if we had enough resources to enough food to distribute to different food pantries to help because they're going to probably see an uptick?
She believes that they will have enough. They did just recently receive from funding that they've been waiting for. So they are making an order sometime this week. They believe they'll have the food by Friday. They're going to package it. Like I said, we're still working on things. We are trying to do something next week to distribute this food because, as I said, typically the funds are available on these cards anywhere between the 1st and the 5th of every month. A lot of food pantries, I learned today, don't operate the first week of the month because of that, which is why we're going to try to do some extra things next week when individuals are used to being able to go to the grocery store and buy food.
Director, just maybe we could put out some let the churches. I'm sure they understand what's going on, but actually maybe kind of be a catalyst to kind of say remind them, and maybe through Ms. Golden to kind of let them know what's happening or how they're organizing, so maybe they can complement. For us to kind of point out that we need downside, we need the churches or the food pantries to kick in.
One of the ideas was also to get it on our website, okay? Doing that, we would be asking you to help formulate the verbiage on what has to be said. I know that you're working very closely with Ms. Lombardo, and I really do believe, I have a lot of confidence that two of you, because you even solved the last problem, I'm not putting any pressure on you or anything, but I know that you solved the last problem with the cards. That being said, I do believe that your idea of what you're talking about right now, and we're not going into details yet, only because we're afraid if we give you the details and it's not going to happen that way, then we're going to turn you in the wrong direction. I believe it's going to happen. I have a lot of faith in the two individuals, you and Ms. Lombardo. I really believe that you're going to be able to solve this problem. Again, we're not going to be able to feed everyone, okay, because there's just too many, but I think we're going to make a major impact. We'll get it out on our website. If there's any way that we can contact the churches to let them know what's going on. But again, I don't think we should even say anything to them yet until we actually find out where we're going to be dispersing this. And at this point in time, we don't even have that location yet. So we're working on that also. So that being said, I don't know, does any other commissioners have any questions?
Well, Director, that's good. What I'm talking about, I appreciate what they're doing, but maybe help mobilize their area, that whatever the churches, their own community, to help them take a piece of that. So maybe it's to be proactive that, hey, this is coming. Can you at least take care of, help organize for your own congregation, your own people, so they won't have to. So it's great to say, but let's be proactive and say, I don't even know how there's a mechanism to get the word out.
Many of the churches have their own pantries.
Okay.
Yes, many of the churches get a lot of their food from our pantry, from
the
rural development. So they're gonna know about that also. Okay, a lot of the information has to be disseminated. It's just that the only reason why it's not being disseminated at this point in time is because we're not sure exactly how the whole process is going to work. And I think we're going to know all that usually by Friday. I think that's what we're looking at.
I believe we will, and yeah, as soon as we have the information of when, where, how many, which days, because
Right.
there may be several different days that we're going to do this. I'll absolutely share it with all of you, and then we also have a network of providers
Well, see,
around
that
the
was the other thing.
community that we work with, that we would
I'm
also
sure
share with.
Jill's going to be able to contact a number of the churches that get the food from World Development, and maybe even get out a little bit more food to those pantries that work with her at this point in time. So again, just kind of stay with us. We don't have all the answers, but I think by Friday we will, and we're going to get out the information as fast as possible.
And Commissioner, I would say that we should be a proactive partner and put this information on our website as soon as possible, and just, say to look for updates, and as we get
Right.
more, just continue updating it. This Friday is pretty close to November 1st, so it would be good to just, put that information out there tomorrow as soon as possible, and just say, continue to check back for updates, so we can be a proactive partner in this crisis that our county is facing.
Very good.
Even,
Cheryl?
I was going to say, even our adult, the emergency management have a ability to get out alerts that, so maybe by them also getting out alerts to people that not just our website. Could that be true? So that you have the ability to contact people that. I don't know. Okay. I thought they had the ability to get the word out also.
No, we're actually working on that too.
We're working on, all right, well, maybe it all come together at the beginning of the month.
We're working
so.
on a number of different projects, and one of them is exactly what you were saying on emergency management. But
Thank you.
thank you very much for taking the time to come up here. Okay.
Good evening, Jennifer Webb McCray in my capacity as Cumberland County Prosecutor. I just want to let you and the community know that on Thursday, October 30th, we're holding an expungement event. We are co-sponsoring this event with the Gloucester County Prosecutor's Office, Salem County Prosecutor's Office, New Jersey Legal Services, the Rutgers Law School Expungement Clinic Program, as well as the Office of the Public Defender. Expungement is a process by which folks who have a criminal record, who have served their time, successfully completed whatever their sentence is, after a period of time can get their record expunged. It assists them with clearing their record and being eligible for employment and better employment. So it's Thursday, October 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bridgeton Elm Center, which is located at 1 MLK Junior Way. The flyer, I just shared it again on our Facebook page, Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office Facebook page. It talks about registration. The registrations are done. They will accept walk-ins, but there are only so many volunteers, so if walk-ins are coming, we're encouraging them to come early at 10 a.m.
Could you take the time to explain those people who can't?
So there are
And
folks.
you understand the reason why.
There are folks that cannot get their records expunged. It's usually because they are charged with a violent crime, or sometimes certain drug offenses are not eligible for expungement. At these events, we will have Volunteers of America. There'll be other reentry services that will be there. So for the folks that cannot get their records expunged, we still want to help them. And there will be reentry providers that are there that they can talk to do the best they can if they cannot expunge their record.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody have a question for the prosecutor?
This is a really good service because at least when I was in private practice, it used to cost upwards of $600 if you went to an attorney to get your record expunged. And this is absolutely free to the people who take advantage of it.
Thank you, Madam Prosecutor.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Rudolph A. Luisi. I am the surrogate for Cumberland County. On behalf of the entire surrogate's office, I would like to thank the Board of Commissioners, and especially Commissioners Albrecht, Lodes, and Director Sorrow, for their support and efforts to make it possible a satellite office for the residents of the eastern part of the county. For most of all, I would also like to commend you for having the foresight to address an ongoing growing need to make the service of the surrogate's office readily available to the residents of Cumberland County. For the past 2 years, I have seen the difficulties faced by many of us senior citizens when we have our loved ones who have died. Despite having a resourceful, energetic, and compassionate staff that I have, the physical location of the surrogate's office has become an obstacle to those who need the most. Complaints are of lack of closeness and convenient parking, unacceptable to the public transportation, directly to the courthouse, and the long-distance obstacles such as stairs encountered by our disabled residents. Once they reach the courthouse, they have a constant concern of their mind. As many of you are aware, the surrogate staff and I have tried to address these problems by visiting our residents in their homes. And yes, we do home calls. But this is a small patch on the growing problem. As many of you are aware, most of the persons in need of the surrogate services and the fellow citizens may be in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. Most of us are sufficient and mobile enough to be able to get to the surrogate office, but few of us will be able to get around without the use of a wheelchair or assistance. The walking distance of 200 feet or more, getting up the steps within the courthouse, and simply not something they can do. This makes the service to the surrogate's office difficult to obtain, but not out of the reach for many of them. In the last several months, I have been looking at the solution to this problem, and I would like to thank the county clerk, Celeste Riley, for offering and helping me to look at spaces in the Cumberland Mall. But unfortunately, the long walk from the parking lot of the mall and into the stores and the front inside the mall will make a distance a problem too much for many of people that would need help. While Celeste has been a great help and advisor throughout the process, the need and the ability of the people seeking the surrogate's office differently grades from the average person using the clerk's office. I had to determine that the shorter distance to walk will be more helpful to those visiting the surrogate's office. For these reasons, who have relied upon the public transportation of the bus stop, there's one at Delsey and Sherman. Location makes it accessible to the surrogate's office and satellite office. Is truly convenient at a one-stop shop. The office is located on the first floor immediately upon entering the building. No steps to climb. Lavatories, bathrooms are available. Considerable free parking is located around the building, and many spots are available directly in front of the entrance. Less than 50 feet getting out of your car and you will be in the office. On behalf, the satellite office will be a full-service office offering all the services the main office in Bridgeton has. I would also like to reassure all of you and my fellow senior citizens of my commitment to personal service. If due to the health, mobility, and similar issues, you are not able to access either the main office in Bridgeton or the new satellite office in Vineland, every effort will be made by my personally and my staff to secure an appointment at your convenience, even in your home. In my 2 years of service to the county as surrogate, I have tried very hard to make my office accessible, responsive to the needs of all the people of Cumberland County. Your foresight in creating a new satellite office for the surrogate's office in Vineland will make that outreach a reality, for which I am very thankful. The surrogate's office is now open to all the people of Cumberland County. And yes, once again, we do house calls. Any questions?
Any commissioners have a question for the surrogate?
Is that gonna be a full-time, office?
Yes. Yes, it will. At first, when we first open up, well, it's going to take us a lot of days to get the computer systems in and everything we need. Once the office is open, it will be full-time. It will be just like the main office in Bridgeton.
I think the advantage of this is that, like the surrogate stated, it's on a bus route. It's right on 47, just off 55, just off Sherman Avenue. We have parking. It's very, very accessible. You just roll right out of your car. You roll right into the building. There are no steps, so it'll help out, especially with people that are in wheelchairs. You don't have to worry about any kind of steps whatsoever. that it's going to be set up where there will be privacy.
Yes, there'll
Okay.
be
One of the
private
things
areas.
that we did was, we had surrogate Luigi and Will came in, and we went through the areas, and they kind of designed what they needed to make sure that they had privacy for anybody that needed to speak. And I think it's going to be a really great place, really good.
Director, it's taking a spot that's actually vacant right there. There's nothing
Yes,
going on.
there is absolutely nothing in there. We do not pay rent, so this particular office that we're going to have, it's going to be rent-free, okay, because the county is part of that building. So I think we're saving money with the rent because we're not paying any. It's accessible, and it's especially accessible to anybody that has a disability.
But the building's also monitored all the time. They have security, I believe, there also.
There's more security in that building than
Yeah.
Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere. You actually have to sign to get in.
Yeah.
So it is very, very secure.
Well, Mr. Luisi, I'd like to thank you for moving forward with this, and I want to thank the board for supporting this. Yes, it's amazing for our seniors who do suffer a loss and have to handle business with the surrogate's office. Anyone who has trouble walking or getting up steps, as you said. But I can tell you from personal experience, I was 42 years old when I lost my husband and had to come to the surrogate's office to file paperwork with your predecessor's office. And while I am able-bodied and can get up the stairs and down the hallway, the part that's difficult is having to meet with members of your office and members of your predecessor's staff, not yours, in the hallway, which is usually packed with people who are there awaiting jury duty or whatever it is that they're doing. And you have to stand out in the hallway and talk about really personal things at a very difficult time. And I can't say enough about how beneficial it is for families to be able to go into this new office space where they can have that one-on-one and personal and quiet moment to organize things that seem overwhelming in that moment. So I want to thank the board for supporting this and supporting our families who are going through tough times and having to deal with the surrogate's office. So thank you.
Thank you,
And thank you for
Tori.
making house calls. That's what
Yes, like I said, my deputy, Bill Gilson's here tonight, and we have been going to homes. My staff, they would go, but mostly Bill and I go to the homes. But you are right, the people have to sit out front. People are standing there listening to them talk about their loved ones, their social security numbers, what their finances are, and it's just become, we're going to try to work on that. I've been talking to Jennifer Webb about the court and see if we can't get something more. But that's going to take time because we're in the old part of the courthouse.
Sure.
We can't do any remodeling, anything like
I
that.
think this is a great alternative and a great option. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any other department heads that are coming forward? If not, we can move on.
Resolution carried from October 14th, 2025. Resolution 2025-573, resolution authorizing the award of a non-fair and open contract for providing annual maintenance with depot service and software support for Genesis SQL awarded time clock terminals. This was pulled at the last minute, so no action is needed on this resolution. Resolution 2025-574, resolution authorizing grant application for the fiscal year 2026 Next Generation 911 grant. Do I have a motion and second?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor. Yes. Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-576, resolution authorizing agreement with the New Jersey Department of Human Services Division of Family Development Purpose FFY 2026 Title 4D-D. Do I have a motion and
I'll
second?
make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-577, resolution authorizing the extension of a sub-grant agreement with the Inspira Health Network for the fiscal year 21 Connect and Protect Law Enforcement Behavioral Health Response Program. Do I have a motion and second?
Second.
I'll make the motion.
Sorry. Thought you were getting it right there.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes?
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor?
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand?
Yes.
Director Sorrow?
Yes.
Resolution 2025-578, resolution authorizing purchase of a 2025 Ford Explorer active four-wheel drive, Oxford White, and H 2025 Ford Explorer active four-wheel drive, A8 black metallic under New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Alliance. Contract number CK04, subcontract BC-bid-24-43 for the Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office. Do I have a motion and second?
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-579, resolution declaring a 2016 Ford pickup four-wheel drive as surplus and unneeded property and authorizing sale to Upper Deerfield Township. Do I have a motion and second?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-580, resolution authorizing the County of Cumberland to enter into a cooperative pricing agreement with Hunterdon County for membership participation in Hunterdon County Educational Services Commission Cooperative Pricing System. Do I have a motion and second?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-581, resolution authorizing purchase from New Jersey State contract vendor for 2025-26 Chevy Tahoe four-wheel drive police package with factory options for the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office. Do I have a motion and second?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-582, resolution authorizing purchase from New Jersey State contract vendor for upfitting of one 2025-2026 Chevy Tahoe police package. Do I have a motion and second?
So moved. Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-583, resolution declaring one lot of scrap aluminum and steel from the Fairgrounds project in the Department of Public Works as surplus and unneeded property and authorizing the County of Public Works, Department of Public Works to sell it as scrap metal to a dealer within Cumberland County. Do I have a motion and
Well,
second?
before we vote, why, can I ask why the last statement is that it has to be someone within Cumberland County to buy it? We're selling our scrap metal, whatever the highest bidder, we sell it to. I don't understand. What's that?
We have to transfer it. It would cost us more.
Well, could you write in, if you bid on it, and you have to transfer it, you gotta get it out of there too? Could that be solved?
Probably not. I could be speaking out of turn if,
Well,
I'm not sure.
Oh, we're trying to keep it in Cumberland County, the
I
business.
understand, but hopefully they pay the highest amount, bid on it, we're selling it, so, okay, no problem.
Motion?
Need a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
No.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Resolution 2025-584, resolution authorizing application to New Jersey Transit and the Department of Transportation, United States of America for calendar year 2025 on behalf of the Cumberland County Office on Aging and Disabled for a grant under Section 5307 of the Federal Transit Act as amended. Do I have a motion and second?
Motion.
Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Following resolutions are consent agenda, and we will vote on consent as consent agenda. Resolution 2025-588, resolution awarding fair and open contract for providing survey services for the Cumberland County Planning Board and Engineering Department, RFQ number 25-36. Resolution 2025-589, resolution approving budget amendment 2025, area plan grant $345,125. Resolution 2025-590, resolution exercising second and final option to renew contract including security guard services for the Cumberland County Division of Social Services, the Cumberland County Library, in various locations as needed, bid number 22-39. Resolution 2025-591, resolution approving change order number 1 to contract for providing community support services, Older Americans Act services for the elderly and disabled for the 2025 through 2027 area plan contract RFP number 24-55. Resolution 2025-592, resolution approving change order number 1 to contract for community support services, Older Americans Act services for the elderly and disabled for the 2025 through 2027 area plan contract RFP number 24-55. Resolution 2025-593, resolution approving change order number 2 to contract for providing community support services, Older Americans Act services for the elderly and disabled for the 2025 through 2027 area plan contract RFP number 24-55. Resolution 2025-594, resolution exercising second and final option to renew contract for providing urine drug screening services and on-site testing supplies for the Cumberland County Alcohol and Drug Abuse Services Office and the Cumberland County Department of Corrections, bid number 23-25, resubmission. Resolution 2025-595, resolution authorizing purchase of 2026 Ram 2500 Tradesman 4x4 Crew Cab 6x4 box pickup under bid number ESCNJ 23/24-11 for the Cumberland County Office of Emergency Management, cooperative contract number 65MCESCCPS-ESCNJ cooperative contract. Resolution 2025-596, resolution amending 2025-68, resolution authorizing the Cumberland County Department of Human Services and Division of Employment and Training to provide youth service programs funded by the Juvenile Justice Commission. Resolution 2025-597, resolution authorizing a shared service agreement with the City of Bridgeton for Cohasset Sioux. Resolution 2025-598, resolution designating representatives to accept bid pricing regarding reverse auctions. Resolution 2025-599, resolution awarding a contract for providing supportive services for children, adults, and families funded by the Cumberland County Department of Human Services, Human Services Advisory Council, RFP number 25-14, resubmission 2. Resolution 2025-600, resolution awarding fair and open contract for providing juvenile crisis shelter bed services for the Cumberland County Youth Services Advisory Council, RFP number 25-25. Resolution 2025-601, resolution rejecting all bids for providing and delivering various traffic signal equipment and sign materials for the Cumberland County Engineers Office and the Cumberland County Cooperative Contract Purchasing System identifier number 181CC-CCPS, bid number 24-34, resubmission as to Section 1 and authorizing the re-advertising for requests for bids. Resolution 2025-602, resolution exercising first option to renew contract for providing as required electrical installation and repair services for the County of Cumberland and the Cumberland County Cooperative Contract Purchasing System identifier number 181CC-CCPS. Resolution 2025-603, resolution amending resolution 2024-738, resolution authorizing the execution of a grant agreement and acceptance of funds for the fiscal year 25 County Reentry Coordinators Program. Resolution 2025-604, resolution amending resolution 2025-491, resolution authorizing application for the New Jersey State Attorney General's Office for the state fiscal year 26 Operation Helping Hand Grant Program. Resolution 2025-605, resolution approving budget amendment state fiscal year 2026 Operation Helping Hand Grant Program, $110,526.31. Resolution 2025-606, resolution amending resolution 2025-440, entitled resolution authorizing acceptance of funding for the state of New Jersey's Department of Law and Public Safety state fiscal year 2024-25 mental health diversion grant program. Resolution 2025-607, resolution approving budget amendment state fiscal year 2024-25 mental health diversion grant program, $1,300,000. Resolution 2025-608, resolution approving budget amendment highway planning construction, $699,727.63 additional. Resolution 2025-609, resolution approving budget amendment Workforce New Jersey grant, $2,846,939. Resolution 2025-610, resolution approving budget amendment, fiscal year 2026 personal assistance services program, $23,166. Resolution 2025-611, resolution amending resolution 2025-157, authorizing the award of a non-parent open contract for providing printing of election materials for the Cumberland County Clerk's Office and Board of Elections. Resolution 2025-612, resolution authorizing purchase of Kabuto RTV X4 SKLH1 utility vehicle with Kabuto attachments from New Jersey State Contract Vendor for the Office of Emergency Management. Resolution 2025-613, resolution authorizing purchase of portable and inverter generator plus car package with tray, battery powered chainsaw, LED safety flare kit, binoculars, hands-free light, and top handle chainsaw from the New Jersey State Contract Vendor for the Office of Emergency Management. Resolution 2025-614, resolution authorizing purchase of a 2025 Chevy Express 3500 cargo van, 155-inch wheelbase with prisoner transport outfits for the Cumberland County Department of Corrections in accordance with the New Jersey State Approved Cooperative Contract Number 65MCES-CCPS as permitted under the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey Contract ESCNJ 23-24/11. Resolution 2025-615, resolution authorizing purchase from New Jersey State Contract Vendor for preventative maintenance inspections of fixed site generators with replacement parts as needed for the Cumberland County Department of Public Works under State Contract 1 NJCP 20-GNSV2-01163. Resolution 2025-616, resolution authorizing purchase of asset essentials, Core Plus maintenance management system with street signs module and GIS management functionality for the Department of Public Works in accordance with the New Jersey State Approved Cooperative Contract Number 65MCES-CCPS as permitted under the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey Contract ESCNJ AEPA 024-D. Resolution 2025-617, resolution amending resolution 2023-469, authorizing a shared service agreement with Essex County for the provision of juvenile housing. Resolution 2025-618, resolution authorizing addendum to lease between Cumberland County and the Cumberland County Board of Vocational Education to the Cumberland County Surrogates expansion with a satellite office to be located at 2745 Delsey Drive, Vineland, and glass window/door fit outs. Resolution 2025-619, resolution ratifying Board of Health resolution number 10/2025-05, authorizing increase of monetary ceiling for legal expenses for legal services provided to the Board of Health. Resolution 2025-620, resolution authorizing assignment of contract negotiations for UAW Local 2327 wall-to-wall. Resolution 2025-621, resolution authorizing assignment of contract negotiations concerning CWA 1036 supervisory unit. Resolution 2025-622, resolution affirming emergency to exist at the Cumberland County Department of Corrections regarding repairs to an elevator and affirming the repair thereof. Resolution 2025-623, resolution approving change order number 1 to contract for providing various social services for the homeless for the County of Cumberland, Cumberland County Department of Human Services, RFP number 24-58, Program Emergency Shelter Services. Resolution 2025-624, resolution authorizing renewal of various Adobe software licenses under New Jersey Cooperative Purchase Alliance, contract number CK04, subcontract number 24-38, for the Cumberland County Department of Information Technology. Resolution 2025-625, resolution appointing a member of the Construction Board of Appeals. Resolution 2025-626, resolution reappointing member and appointing new member of the Vocational Board of Education. Resolution 2025-627, resolution reappointing members to the Local Citizens Transportation Advisory Council. Resolution 2025-628, resolution appointing member of the Library Commission. Resolution 2025-629, resolution authorizing payment of bills. Do I have a motion and second? Do you want to talk about any of those?
Any discussion on any of the resolutions?
I have comments, Director. Okay, we'll make some.
Commissioner?
Let me start. There's only one I'm going to vote no on, but I just make a statement on some of them. The question on the Number 5, this perhaps South Jersey, Southern Jersey, the Department of Aging person, I guess you could answer this, that, have they, I mean, are they up in good standing, this organization that they've had problems? We're gonna give them a decrease of, it's only $6,000, but it's,
You said
because
the
I-
resolution number again, please?
number 592, 592.
Five ninety.
Barbara's getting up to me.
Yeah, yes.
Hi, Barbara Nettahan, Director of the Office on Aging. Yes, with our department, they are in good standing. They do a wonderful program called SAIL. It's a falls prevention program that they do that at several locations, and one place is at the Vineland Library. And the reason for the addition is we did get our mid-year allocation we got in October, but there was additional funding that is only for Title 3D, which is that evidence-based program, so that's why they received that increase. But they do a wonderful job, and we have gotten good feedback from the participants of that program.
Thanks. Does, Mr. Carr, have you had any issue with this, with any other department? Any other program?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, all right, no problem, thank you. Number 6, I'm glad we're increasing, this is the Bayard or whatever, home health care is a need. I mean, this money I'm sure is gonna be grabbed up real quick. This is something in the future is gonna be more money, so anytime we can find a program that fits this, people depend on this. This elder care is a godsend for many people to have. So even the increase of 40%, $26,000 is still probably less than that's needed out there. So I would ask them to keep looking for additional funding we can find in the future. This is on number 23, 610. This personal, I'm going to make a statement on it, but was the Finance Committee aware of this? Because this is actually a first that this is being used. Is the Finance Committee, and I'm talking to the director, they were behind this personal assistant services. Was this run by the Finance Committee? This is the personal assistant service program. It's not a lot of money, but it's. I understand the essential.
What number are you at?
610, number 23. I'm going to say, I'll make a statement while the director's looking at it, that many people don't understand. This board, we get grief that we don't hit every committee we are on. But if any board, the entire 21 other counties, this is the only board that has the assignments that we have to make. So most board members here have between 15 and 16 different meetings they have to attend. I'm sure the director has more that we go and attend when we can. We also work and do other things. I'm sure there's a reason. I asked that if we're going to do this, I would ask that it was done during the budget, like when we do the next budget, that it's assigned, because then it can be discussed. But the idea that the director, who probably does 30 different groups that he has to meet with, to have an assistant to help him manage or meet with other groups, or at least organize, is important. So, but my only problem with this is that it's in the middle of the budget and it's being done, and the Finance Committee should be consulted, and maybe down the road it can be done more often, but it should be looked into how many assignments we have to cover, right? That it's very burdensome. I enjoy a lot of the committee because you learn a lot, but it is burdensome, and sometimes the director should have more help than most. So I'm going to vote no on this for that factor, but so that's the only one I'm voting no. This is number 3. Hold on. this is probably addressed in the award, and this is 27,614. This has been talked about for a while, a new transportation vehicle that can take more inmates back and forth. With our new agreement with Camden, I hope this gets even better. It's been overdue. I hope it's used to move our inmates from Hudson quicker to Camden, to our judicial, our courthouse, to get them out of it. So I'm very pleased that this is being added. I don't know how many passengers it handles, hopefully more than 15, but it's needed because our vehicles are beaten up or cannot handle as many inmates as this vehicle is supposed to be, has been told to be handled. So I wholeheartedly agree on that one. This is number 30, the amendment for shared service agreement with Essex County. You notice it's an increase in rates that we're paying through the nose. Many times sitting here from day one that I was elected, it was said over and over again by the majority that, well, isn't it great that we got rid of our juvenile detention center, how much money that's saving us? Well, we're probably paying it back in the last year and a half, not having the ability to have juvenile detention in this county. It's cost us probably more money in the last couple budgets than any other place. I know the state is working on a solution, but here's the result of not controlling your own destiny. That goes with our adult jail, that the whole reason we're doing an agreement as a partnership with Camden is to continue to control our own destiny and be a part of it. This is a wise decision than closing a jail out of the blue and relying on shared service agreements, which we still have in effect, Atlantic, Burlington, Salem, that have never come through to help us one iota to take care of our inmates. So we still have a jail because of that, and hopefully in the future all our inmates are in one place, but it is what it is. So I say a statement just because of that, because it was shoved down our throats many times that this was the reason why we got to get out of the adult jail business too.
Just for a second, I want to interject something.
That's fine.
To let everybody know, we're approaching over 4 million for juvenile detention. Or close to 4 million this year?
Yeah, probably close to.
Okay, we are approaching $4 million to take care of our juvenile detention, to send our individuals out. The state of New Jersey is responsible for this because not only did Cumberland County close theirs back then, but the state more or less almost forced back then counties to close, right? Now they're looking to say, okay, we plan to build 3 of them. Well, when? And the point I'm getting at is right now, we have the situation where we have juveniles, quote unquote, that aren't juveniles anymore because they're allowed to stay into detention center up to the age of 26. And we have individuals that are that age. And you're looking at corrections officers are not trained to take care of juveniles. And we have juvenile officers that do not know, and they're not trained to take care of adults. And that's the situation that we're having right now. All right? So we're paying through the nose to take care of our juveniles. And there are a number of our juveniles that aren't juveniles anymore. I just wanted to interject that, and we're working on it. But right now, we hit a block. We hit seriously, it's like a dam when it came to the state. And I went up to testify in Trenton on this matter. And I'm not going to say it fell on deaf ears. Maybe they just need hearing. I don't know. Go ahead.
Thank you, Director. And number 38, which is 625, Ms. Ridgway made a comment about it. The problem with this board is you got to find people that are skilled and have the ability to oversee. They're not a dime a dozen, and it's a non-paid board, and these people have to come leave work. They're actually working, and they usually have special licenses. And we're lucky to have this guy that for the construction board of appeals, his specialty, which is fire, I guess is his specialty. And we're looking for what? A plumber? What else are we looking for?
But the problem is it's a non-paying thing, and when you get involved in the board, sometimes you lose business because you can't work in certain areas. Sometimes you have to abstain from being in there. I was actually on the board for 10 years. It's not easy on an individual with their business. So it's very difficult to get a person. Now, this fire guy, we've been looking for a fire person for a couple of years now. You can't find fire inspectors. You can't find fire subcode officials. This is not an easy thing to do, to find people that are willing to take time out of their workday, okay, or right after work, to come in and sit on a board of appeals. It's just not easy, okay? I was on it, and I was asked to get off of it only because I became a commissioner. And they thought that it was not a good thing to have a commissioner on that board, so I had to step down. We're still looking for, we do have a plumbing inspector that's on there, but he doesn't want to be there full-time. He said he would be an alternate. But he's staying there because we can't find another plumber to come in and do it. So it's not an easy thing to find people for these types of boards. All right, go ahead.
Well, the point is that we are looking for other skilled people, and it's not like we're holding back. If they came forward, we would appoint them if they meet the criteria. If you want to say is electrical, I don't know who other, do you know the other?
Need one of those too.
Electrical, there's like 4 or 5.
Engineering.
Engineering. So if you know someone that would like, we would happily consider them and appoint them. So wherever they are, wherever they are. So that's why they're not. That's why we don't have a quorum, because we can't find them. So. Okay, you got that thing. So thank you.
Anybody else that have a question or a statement? Not seeing, may we?
Do I have a motion and a second to vote by consent agenda on resolution 2025-588 through 2025-629?
I make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Alstino.
Vote yes on all but 626. I agree that we should spread the representation throughout the county, make it more fair.
626.
No, but 626.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Everything except for the one I said that was.
610.
Yeah, 610.
Commissioner Romero. Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
I'm going to apologize, Director. I didn't get it out quick enough. I did have a
No.
statement to make on
Go.
626. I would like to thank, I am going to vote yes, Sam, but I would like to take a moment to thank John Reddens for serving 8 years on the VOTEC board. His commitment and dedication was outstanding, and I just want to have that notated.
Did you get a vote?
Yeah, I did, yes.
Okay.
Deputy Director Marchand.
You want a second Commissioner Taylor's comments? Vote yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Do I have a motion and a second to adopt resolutions 2025-588 through 2025-629 by consent?
With those exceptions that everybody stated. Okay, go ahead.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second. Commissioner Alstino.
Yes.
Commissioner Albrecht.
Yes.
Commissioner Romero.
Yes.
Commissioner Lodes.
Yes.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes.
Deputy Director Marchand.
Yes.
Director Sorrow.
Yes.
Do I have a motion and second to accept treasurer's report as provided?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion and second for authorizing payment of all salaries and wages?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion and second to open public comment on new business?
I'd like to make a motion to open public comment on new business.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye. Anyone from the public wish to come forward and talk on any new business? State your name and location.
Shoshana Osofsky, Fairfield Township. So I was here last month and asked about the quarter of the library's budget, the county library's budget, that was cut. And I was told, don't worry about it. You don't know, we already restored it, not a problem. Well, here it is, a month later, you talked about library love, you gave us nice words, and meanwhile, I'm here today to say, where's the money?
Okay, before you go any further, we have that answer. Okay. and I'm gonna have our CFO give the reason. Go ahead. Chris,
Our statute,
Please.
so, can I stand?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So, by statute, we are not allowed to transfer the funds till after November 1st.
So we have the funds, we just can't transfer it
Right.
until
So
November
expect
1st.
something on a resolution on November 12th meeting.
There you go.
Ms. Hart, everything we talked about, right, all,
Everything, yes.
everything, okay.
There's no cut being made, just to make it very clear, there
No,
is
there's
no
no
cut
cut.
being made to the
There's no
library's
cut
budget.
to the library.
It's never cut from the budget.
By state
Understood.
statute, we are not allowed to make a transfer until after November 1st.
Does that?
After November 1st, we can make the transfer.
Okay, sounds really fishy to me. I don't know, I can't say, but you could have told us that yesterday, I mean, last month, and you didn't. So my other question is, I asked what other cuts are there in this budget that we haven't been told about, that we would want to know about. For example, somebody said to me, and it could be a rumor, and I'm asking you now, what about Code Blue? And I'm going to look you in the eyes, so that when you tell me,
Okay, well, first of all, what you do is ask all your questions, you step down, and then we
well,
answer.
yeah, because last time I did that, and you didn't answer them, that's why I'm standing here.
Okay, well, that's the way it works. So what you do is ask your questions, we take the notes, and then we answer.
All right.
Okay. Again, go ahead. Now let that next one get up. Go ahead.
Good evening, County Commissioners. My name is Esau Martin. I live at 32 Eagle Street in Bridgeton. As of the past few years, we've had a couple of Latin gangs move into our city. These gangs have allegedly defaced city and possibly county property on sidewalks, trees, businesses, walls, and even murals. I've seen Big 13 and AD tags distinctly on those before mentioned objects. So I have coordinated a small campaign with some county and local officials to paint over it and power wash it away. Just as we began to make a tiny bit of progress, allegedly they painted over most of the work that we did and even added some new areas. They even had the audacity to paint over the St. Teresa Cemetery wall on Penn Street again after I helped coordinate the wall to be painted over the first time. We need help on the county level. I've already asked the city and BPD, who said they are understaffed. Please tell us what to do or help us recruit more, and overall give us ideas on how we can maybe able to do more, please, in this economy and under this current presidential administration.
Sandy Acevedo, Upper Deerfield Township. I have a few questions from previous meetings that I'm going to mention, but I do have it written down for John or whoever wants to address it. September the 9th, 2025, 524 was a PSAP, PSDP consolidation study with recommendations for Millville Bridgeton VCOM for $68,100. My question is twofold. In the proposal under the cost exclusion and assumption, it states, the proposal assumes Cumberland County will not unreasonably withhold approval of recommended changes, modifications, or additional vendor-related infrastructure to facilitate the overall project objective. First question, what is the project's overall objective? And two, does the statement mean that we have to take their recommended changes, modifications to facilitate this project? I'd like to get some clarification on that. The second one is ordinance 2025-4. There was an additional $2.3 million The question is, what was the original purpose of the money that we're now using to give to the CC Tech? What was the original purpose for the money that we're now using for that? The 2025-489 was some type of M1 homeless shelter for $150,000. Can you give us some more detail on exactly what that was for? I've requested numerous times for all written information from the state regarding the withdrawal of the funds from the Morris River Library, and I still haven't received anything as of yet. I'm just wondering what I need to do to facilitate that. We talked about it. Thank you for the $30,000 for the Cohansey Zoo. And with the previous person up here, have the funds that were budgeted for Code Blue been distributed to the 3 county sites yet? And if not, why? And when? Frost is on Pumpkin out there. They're going to be opening up soon, so I hope they have their money to do so. And I was very saddened to hear that there's going to be upwards of 13,000 children possibly going hungry. We don't need people going to have no bed, no warm bed to sleep in. The regional jail, I mean, this is going to be a continuing topic, I can see. It's just going to be another taxing authority designed to once again feed the special interest. It will not give us the autonomy that Mr. Olbrecht states that it will. I think that's it. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Mark Shapini, 557 Elmore Road, Bridgeton, which is Fairfield Township, actually. This library funding issue is a little bit confusing, for most people, but I understand how budgets work. Now, I have a couple simple questions that should be yes, no, true, or false. Okay? First question, is the 2026 budget for our county library higher than the budget for 2025 fiscal year? If it is higher, fine. If it's not, if it's the state minimum plus the additional monies that's going to be transferred now, if I'm getting that correct, after November 1st, does that bring it to at least the funding level of 2025 or greater? So those are the issues I would like numbers and timelines. I'm a date, give me the number, date, give me the number person. That's what I want in your answer, if I could get that. But I have a bigger concern for the entire county, state of New Jersey, and for our country. We have entered the phase that I dreaded over 45 years ago. When I heard President Reagan say, when you hear someone say, I'm from the government and here to help, Reagan said, the government's the problem. So we've had 45 years of many people in all branches of our government trying to take we the people's government apart. Now, I'm of the inclination that we are going to have a government of some sort, one way or another. I want one that works. I want one that works like a well-oiled machine. The fiascos we've seen over the jails, and I come from the Department of Corrections and the Juvenile Justice System Commission, that's where I retired from, okay? So when you want to talk about waste, I know where waste goes. The most expensive operations that we probably face in this state or anywhere. have you thought about taking some crimes off the books? Because we're at the point now where we've got a lot of petty arrests that bog down our system. And I would encourage you to start discussing things with state legislatures to start to remove crimes from the books. And to make it clear that previous past modus operandi, particularly with smoking marijuana, is still a problem for a lot of people in this country and in this state. Police smell marijuana coming off somebody when they get out of the car, they can give them a DWI. But they gotta prove it. That's an expensive thing to do. Okay? But it leads to all kinds of other problems. Can we search your car? Can we do this? Oh, we found this. Oh, we found that. We really need to start giving people their liberty by removing some things from the books. But on the other side of the coin, we have a system that has allowed people to do white-collar crimes and never go to jail. Now,
Sir, you have 30 seconds.
right, white-collar crimes hurt more people because they hurt great numbers of people. The person who takes a can of tuna fish because they're starving, and you're going to see a lot more of that, all right, gets hammered with 5 and 6 years in jail. There's something wrong with the way we govern, and I'm asking you to go there, ask those questions, so that we can maybe feed the people in Cumberland County, because you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm a retired farmer, too.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Sharon Shapini, Fairfield Township. I'm just here to make a statement. I'm here in support of the Cumberland County Library. This is my 4th meeting since the springtime that I've come to regarding the funding for the library. So, I can't believe I'm even here, and just now hearing that the funds can't be transferred until November 1st. I went back through the video of last month's meeting, and I was assured, that this money, we've already taken care of it, actually. We've already taken care of it. But yet, here I am. I'd rather be home watching TV, okay? So nobody knew this. Nobody knew this months ago when I was here, that funds can't be transferred until after November 1st. That is just, I'm so disappointed that I have to keep coming back and I don't get a straight answer. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good evening again. I can make it work. Nancy Ridgway from Upper Deerfield and Fairfield Township. There was a question on Resolution 2025-610. A resolution approving budget amendment fiscal year 2026 personal assistance services program in the amount of $23,166. It was my understanding, listening to the commissioner's remarks on this, that he thought it was the confidential secretary that you all need, that's going to have a salary, classified salary at $45,000 to $50,000 based on experience and credential duties. Now, the resolution was for personal assistance for, the money was coming from the New Jersey Department of Human Services, the Division of Disability Services. And this is for people that really need personal assistance through the Office on Aging, I believe. And it's not for personal assistance for the governing body of Cumberland County. And I don't understand why this board would need a confidential secretary to the Board of Commissioners when you have an administrator, a deputy administrator, and a clerk to the board. And I believe between the three salaries, it's over $300,000 a year on the county budget. That's a lot of money. And then you want to pay somebody else to go on weekends to your fairs because you don't want to go? Excuse me. Then we were talking about the boards and members to the different boards and committees of the county and how they're not paid. They're volunteer positions. I don't see on your website where you advertise that you need anybody to volunteer for some of these boards and committees that need volunteers to serve. And I was at a meeting a few weeks ago, a leadership program, and I told the people there that they need to get up and come out and serve on these boards. It's not paid, but you get an education and you help the public. It's a public service, like what Nancy Ridgway does for the Cumberland County. It's a public service. I'm not paid. There are some people on boards and committees that ask me how come the commissioners cannot appoint me to take their place, and I'm saying, oh, well, I'm not elected. You have to go through an election process to do that. So, there are volunteers needed on a lot of committees, and there have been people that have signed up to volunteer that their applications have been rejected for some reason or another, or maybe it was because they was a D and not an R. I don't know. But anyway, some people's applications were rejected. And some people get a little fed up with some of the people you already have appointed to the boards. Now, the other thing I want to address was, since we're talking about needing members to boards and committees, I attended on October the 14th, the Cumberland County Economic Development Meeting. That is the Cumberland County Economic Development Meeting. They've written some new bylaws, and they're going to need more members. And of course, I was the only member of the public there, and there was no commissioner there, so you don't know all the interesting things that are going on in the county unless you read the minutes. So I hope you read the minutes and find out all the interesting things that are going on in the county through your Cumberland County Economic Development Board. Thank you.
Anyone else? Motion closed?
Motion second.
Hello?
Hello.
Hold on. Take it back.
All right, Vic Bermudez, President CBA Local 231. I wanted to open up by giving a report on the newest ward in Constable. I would like to say that he's very transparent, open, and we're very, I'm not going to say shocked or surprised, but, he's a breath of fresh air of openness. His open door policy has been great, and we're definitely working together, and he's a great change. He's, so far, everything's been better for change to interact with the public and bring a better relationship with the officers and the administration, and working with us with things that we've been through. So I definitely had to give a report on that. As far as I wanted to congratulate Commissioner Lowe's and Albrecht for getting the New Jersey Police Development Association endorsement. You guys have fought for us and been in our corner ever since COVID, and we were going through the jail closing and the unfortunate cement pad that we stuck with and problems dumped in our lap. And I commend you for seeking out solutions. The entire board, as I see it, it's not no easy solutions to things that were done, but I know what it takes to get solutions, and you guys have tried everything from different counties to different buildings to different avenues, getting creative as possible. And I think it's I think it's great because in all of that you're maintaining and keeping your promise of keeping us employed, which is one of the greatest things Cumberland County needs, is leadership that wants to keep the integrity of working families and keep people employed in Cumberland so we don't move out and add to the horrible benchmarks that we've had for so long. So I definitely want to commend you guys on that. You're appreciated, and your hard work is not going unnoticed and working together collectively. Austino's been around for a long time, and he knows about the jail situations probably more so than I do because he's privy to places I can't be. So I definitely thank you guys for working with us. I thank you for the extra large van or bus that's coming in, for the unfortunately getting locked into the Hudson thing. But as we said years ago, before when it was pitched to close the jail about bail reform, we knew that bail reform could not catch up with each case. And we had inmates that were taken to court with 7 cases that they haven't been adjudicated on the first case. So we knew bail reform was going to fail. And in that, no jail can house our inmates because everybody's numbers went up exponentially. So we're all facing the same problem. And the same exact thing with the juveniles. We told them long ago that closing the juvenile facility, people were going to start playing games with numbers and beds. Egg Harbor Township over there, we can't send inmates, we can't send juveniles there. We have to take them up to Morris County. We've run into some real major issues, and I'm glad Commissioner Albrecht touched on that as well as Sorrow. It's a really big problem, but it's something that you guys are addressing publicly and not hiding it in the background, because it comes with a lot of liability issues on our officers. So I applaud everybody's effort, and PBA 231 is here to work with you guys and work with Constable, and I appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you, Vic, we appreciate the report.
Now, if no one else, I need a motion to close.
Nobody else, right?
No, okay.
I'll make the motion to close.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Commissioner reports.
Before we do that, hold on a second. Okay,
Oh,
let's,
sorry.
Absolutely.
okay, the very first one is take care with, let's get this library thing squared away. Our CFO, yes, Chris, please. Okay.
So, just to be clear, the library funding is going to be restored to the 2025 level. The budget is slightly less for various reasons. One being they have a surplus shortage and availability as a revenue. That's the reason it's short.
So their budget is going to be lower because of the surplus
The top line
shortage?
number is going to be lower because they don't have enough surplus.
So our portion is
available
the
this year.
same. The county's portion
Yes.
to the county library, that portion is exactly the same. Their total budget differs because of the surplus.
Yes.
There's personal surplus that is not available to them.
Yes, and I personally sat with the library director 3 weeks ago and explained this in full detail for over an hour. I'm not sure.
She's here.
So usually the
Is
first
our
point
library
of
director
contact.
on the phone?
um,
No. Was that at all shared with the board at all? No. With the library director?
So usually the first point of contact for budget issues is really through the library director, and then they can obviously reach out to me in my office. I can gladly sit down with you and explain it in full detail.
And where does their surplus come from?
Similar to ours, but on a much smaller scale. Depends on excess
Just
operations.
anything that they don't spend that?
Yeah, being
each
like
year?
fiscally responsible, and depends on the operations, how they work out every year, what their expenditures are.
And
What's
Mr.
available
Hart,
that year.
was it the same way last year that the funds were not released to them until November 1st? Was that the same situation last year?
I don't think that was the
He wasn't here
situation,
last year.
but I wasn't here, so, but I did explain to the library director that, this declining surplus balance has been a multi-year problem. So I would say over the last 3 years, it's declined significantly down to almost zero.
The reason that the funds are not released to them until November 1st is state statute?
State statute.
So that's why I'm asking, was state statute any different last year?
No, state statute was not different last year.
Okay, so then therefore, it was the same process last year?
We changed something in between, and that's, we're returning the funds to, is that true that we actually, it was less, and we're returning the funds to the levels, and we have to do it at a certain time, which is.
Yes, that's
Okay.
true.
And
Hi, Commissioners, I'm sorry, this is Nicole Gardner, the library director.
Oh, hi, do we need to reopen public portion or no?
No, she's
Okay,
giving you the
fine. Go ahead.
explanation.
Thank you, Ms. Gardner.
I'm just here to answer your questions. There's a lag here, so I had turned it off to just look at the view on YouTube, because it's really difficult to hear all the microphones on here. So I'm not sure if you had a question for me. The last I heard was that
Sure, so,
Chris mentioned that we
All right,
didn't.
hold on. Let our CFO make a statement, and then you answer it. Could you please make a statement?
Sure.
So,
Sure.
the library director, I believe it was approximately 3 weeks ago, we met in my office and went over in full detail the status of the library budget and the revenues, particularly the surplus availability or lack thereof. And it was explained to Nicole, and I thought that we, finished the meeting and we were on good standing, and she was on full notice that that's the status of the budget.
Mr. Director, I had a meeting, I guess after that time period with the director also, and she shared some concerns, and I actually had a conversation with Mr. Hart regarding that the surplus was a question. So you just explained that what your numbers differ from what she's brought, what the director has come up with. But hopefully you had discussion, because you said you've been in discussions with her where that number
Sure.
is
So,
where you're at, so.
Okay, well, I want to hear from the
numbers
director.
that-
Okay, we're having too many meetings here. Okay, so I want to hear from the director of the library board. Okay, are you still there?
I am here, yes.
Okay, do you remember the meeting with Chris Hart, with the CFO?
I do, yes.
Okay, was it understood at that time about your budget between the two of you?
I don't know. There was discussion of his understanding and my understanding of the budget, yes.
Okay, did we walk away with the same understanding?
I can't say that understanding, yes, I understood what he said. I can't necessarily say that I understood how he got to the numbers that were being told to us. It was explained to me that it was a difference in how the county accounts. I think it was the library's assumption and the library commissioner's assumption that when we're being told we're being restored to our funding come November 1st, that meant any surplus that we still had existing at the beginning of 2025 was still going to be there to carry over into 2026. And what Chris explained to me was, because we were short this year, any surplus that was there was used to make us whole so far, and there would not be that surplus to carry over. So there's a little bit of confusion as to, if we're being made whole, why that surplus no longer exists to carry over into 2026.
Okay, is that the case, that their surplus is being removed?
Absolutely not. So
Okay.
all of the numbers we discussed, just to be clear, are clearly presented in the audit, and that's what I referenced during our discussion, and I showed that to her.
Okay. Has our funding at all been lowered? The county?
The county contribution to the
Yes.
library? No, not as of November 12th.
Okay. So in other words, by November 12th, all our funding will be in place, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's it.
But there's one extra thing to add, Director,
I'm sorry, November 12th or November 1st, and also our 2025 budget mentioned $72,000 in surplus. So just clarification, that's what we have carrying over into 2026?
No,
I think that's confusion.
when you
All right,
anticipate,
1 second, go ahead.
when you anticipate surplus in the budget, it's not available in the next preceding year.
It doesn't, you're saying.
Oh, you know what it is? What he's saying is it's exactly like the county.
Yeah.
When you have a surplus, it goes back into
You
general
anticipate
fund and you
surplus,
start
it's
over.
brought in as a revenue in the budget, and it's used to offset the expenditure.
Pick up the mic a little bit, there you go. Talk right into the,
When you anticipate a revenue in your budget, it's brought into the budget as a revenue that's used to offset the expenditures. It's not available beyond that point.
And it's normal, that's normal.
It's a normal procedure that.
But I asked you a question, when we were talking, that if there's the director was concerned with, an immediate concern with, had about payroll or something, you could add, if you could add what you said, but you said that we'll make sure we work with them, that we'll take care of that. Is that?
Yes.
That's what was
So,
stated.
Okay.
If there's any needs, we'll take care of it.
In the interim.
And exactly,
So it won't be you.
and the question that the library director had, if I may, November 1st is the first possible day. It has to be done at the meeting.
Okay, so our meeting has to be.
Our meeting's
done.
on the 12th.
You understand it has to be, it can't be done the first, it has to come back here for us to do whatever we have to
It's
do.
eligible for the first, but
So
it
when's
has to
our
be done
meeting?
by
the
resolution.
meeting is the 12th.
All right, so that's
So
what.
what
the director
happens
said.
is,
Discrepancy in the
it's allowed to be done the first, but we don't have a meeting, so we have to have a resolution to do it. So the resolution cannot be done until we have the meeting, which is the 12th. Okay? The main concern is that the library is going to continue. It's not without money, and by the 12th, everything will be back to normal, and the county's portion will be given to the library. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Any part of what I just said is wrong.
No.
There you go.
Is that, I can't ask questions, but there was another question out there. This is just for the 26 budget has not been done yet. We're working on every department in 26 budget, right?
Yes, correct.
That has not been touched yet. Okay, now, we had other questions.
Are there cuts to
Thank you,
Code Blue?
Chris. Okay, code blue. Oh, wait,
Well, I think we still need you there.
yeah, code blue.
Thank you. Well, has there been any cuts and have those funds been
No, so
distributed
actually,
yet?
I believe there's, if it's not on this meeting, it's on an upcoming meeting.
It's next meeting.
There's 3 additional funding sources that are gonna be available. The first one that's on the books now is a reimbursement basis. The next one is gonna be direct payment. So that's the difference.
Okay, so in other words, at the next meeting, we're going to be voting on 3 resolutions.
For each.
There's probably one, but there's
One,
3
but there's going to be 3
locations
sections.
within the body of the resolution.
Okay, very good.
Director, I want to state.
Okay, one at a time. Hey,
I want to say.
Commissioner Albrecht, you have the floor. Okay.
Thank you. That Code Blue is a city-run, it's not a county-run. We get money, we pass it on. We don't set it up, we don't start it. Environmental Bridgeton do it. We reimburse, and actually the state has put requirements down. We have to, reimbursement, it has to be of the funds. We have to have documentation. We didn't have to have that the year before. Now we do. And some of the organizations were not doing that to get their money back. So they have to do that. And what I was also had, what comes to mind, the city of Millville was told that, we were told they weren't paying the money. Millville actually delegated, got all their money out to them. It was, the organization itself had issues. So I made the call to make sure that they got their money. It's a private organization that runs that for the city. It's a private organization that runs for the city of Bridgeton. Vile takes care of their own thing. So, but every dime that we get, and it's, I think it's 50,000 total, right? 25 is the next adjustment, and it's when we get the next 25, each city gets their cut.
All right, just for clarification, all right. Code Blue used to be, we had money, we just gave it to them to see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way it used to be. all right? It doesn't work like that anymore. The state of New Jersey does not want that to be operated that way. Now the way it's worked is, you spend the money, you give us a bill, we reimburse you. It is no longer because of the state of New Jersey, not Cumberland County, not Warren County, or every other county in the state of New Jersey. We used to give it, they spent it, sometimes they didn't spend it. Now, the state said, that stops. You spend your money, give us a receipt, we give you the money, reimbursement. So it is now a reimbursement program. It is not, we just give you a flat amount of money. That's the way it's going to work.
There's two sources. There is 25,000 flat.
Right.
Without reimbursable expenses, then there is.
But the other part is reimbursable.
Correct, so it's
Correct.
25 each.
So, anyway, that'll happen next meeting, correct?
Correct.
There you go. That finished. Next one, we had a question on gangs, okay?
We saw Martin.
I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do as far as gangs. I mean, I don't even know if we have the authority to do anything. This is going to be, the way I see it, law enforcement. You know, we have to ask the city of Bridgeton to do more patrolling. Maybe we can talk to the sheriff to see if any of their cars could go out. I know we're spread thin too, because that's not what we were set up to do. But as of right this minute, I think maybe the most that the county commissioners can do is have a meeting with the city police department and see what can be done. See if there's any kind of help like we did with Millville. Okay, the sheriff's department did a fantastic job when the city of Millville needed help. Okay, they were reimbursed, but we were able to step forth and help out the city of Millville. We might be able to do the same thing with the city of Bridgeton. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. What we'll do is we'll talk to the sheriff and see what kind of help he could give. But of course, we just can't walk in and say to the city of Bridgeton, look, this is what we're going to do. So we have to make sure that we have some type of meeting with the chief or someone over with the Bridgeton Police Department. So that's something that we can work on, but as the county itself, I don't know if we're going to be able to do much.
Director, this is exactly what we should be supporting, because the broken window theory, if you're trying to straighten up your neighborhood, I'd say that whatever we can do, and I really appreciate the word you said, because we should be helping this group. If they're doing their neighborhood, they're painting over, they're fixing things, we should be, whatever we can do, we should be helping this group. And whatever you're doing,
we appreciate it. Thank you for what you're doing, for helping us out. But again, what we'll do is we'll try to pull something together with the City of Bridgeton Police Department.
If I may,
Yes.
Director. Mr. Martin and I have conversed many times. We've talked many times, and he is doing great work with that program. And he's right. They won't go out there paint it.
But there's nothing more frustrating than you go out and fix something, and then somebody comes in and tears it down again.
And Public Works is also trying to help out in some ways as well. So we've worked together with him, and he runs a great program.
And again, thank you for everything that you're doing,
We
okay?
appreciate it.
Let's move on to the next
Thank you
question.
for coming up tonight, appreciate that.
The next topic is regarding the resolution to VCOM for $68,100. Ms. Bowen, would you speak briefly on this?
Good evening, Dawn Bowen, Director of the 911 Center. So what this is a consolidation study for the past 6 to 8 months. As you see, there's a resolution tonight for the grant for the Next Gen 911 grant. So Next Gen is slated for us for the third quarter of 2028, which it will be making massive changes to the way that you can call 911. A lot of people don't know, but a little sidebar, you can text to 911. But you're also in 2028 for Cumberland County, you'll be able to send video and FaceTime and different things like that. So I had to meet with, because we do at our center, we transfer 911 calls to the local PDs. So I met with the 3 police departments who have their own dispatch centers. They would need to upgrade their telephone systems there, which can be an upward of $1 million. So the municipalities do not have that kind of funding. So we're doing a consolidation study to see about bringing their dispatch center into the county 911 center. So that's what that is for. And it's engineers, because I'm not an engineer to do that. So they make their recommendations to the county as well as Bridgeton and Millville. Vineland is not part of the consolidation. They already have everything in place that they need for the next gen. But we don't have to do what they're telling us, but it is a recommendation because we're not engineers to do something like this.
Thank you very much, we appreciate it.
You're welcome.
The next one that we had was, had to do with where we got the money to pay our share for the college. Not the college, CC Tech. So I believe what we did was we had unused funds. Am I correct, Chris, if you could get up and say?
So,
unused bonds and
so
repurposed.
if you remember back to June when we adopted our budget, the first time in 15 years we put money into the pay-as-you-go capital fund, which is capital improvement fund, and we're funding our portion of the down payment, which is 25% of the grant that we received from the state of New Jersey, and that's our funding portion of that.
Now, the question was, where do we get the money to do that?
It's within our capital improvement fund.
Okay.
It's coming from our own pockets.
Instead of borrowing.
Instead of
borrowing money.
We save money because
With
we're not paying
interest
interest
costs.
on that money.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. What other question? We had one more question, if I remember correctly. No?
Something
It
about
was
the line.
$158,000 for the.
Homeless shelter. $150,000 homeless shelter. That is approved tonight. That was approved tonight.
It's
a transfer.
Yes, it's
we
a
got money
transfer,
that
it's
we
a
just-
transfer of additional funds that were received by grant and are available to recover expenses.
Do me a favor.
Sure.
Kevin, could you please get up and say it so everybody can hear it?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
I don't think Mrs. Niles is here tonight, but that's going, it's going to Rural Development, who is who operates the county homeless shelter out on Mays Landing Road. This is a reimbursement for expenses and funds expended to manage the facility. We do assist, and we do it through pass-throughs of money coming from the state to the homeless shelter to perform that service. Along with she gets other funds on other homeless activities as well throughout the year. So most of that's all pass-through funds. Okay.
Thank you. One thing I'd like to say,
There was also another question that Kevin might need to answer, Phil.
What's that?
That was the one on the Marsh River Library fund.
Yeah, she wanted to see all the state documentation.
well, we got to bring that documentation we get.
That would come from the state.
Right, that has to come from the state.
We can
That's
check.
something that,
No, it was a letter that we've already received from the state, was my understanding.
Oh, you wanted a copy of that? Okay.
oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Was it a phone call?
It started out with a phone call.
But they said they followed.
It started out with a phone call on a Friday afternoon.
Then it was a letter?
Yeah. I think it was, might have even been an email. I'll check it out.
Okay, one thing I'd like to say about our Floyd costume, you got some great accolades today. We want to say that we appreciate everything that you're doing. I've heard a lot of good things from the individuals over at the jail, that you are very transparent and that you are working with them and they're able to come up to you and talk to you very easily. I think we're moving in a new direction and we appreciate what you're doing.
My pleasure.
Okay. All right, that being said, let's go on to Commissioner report. Commissioner Romero, would you like to give a report?
Other than we had a great time this weekend on the Marty Manuel, CC Tech helped us get a gym.
Yes.
To have an activity for Marty Manuel. He's a great guy that I went to school with. Sent it to Mr. Sorrow, and we went to his activities. CC Tech made it available by giving us a gym, it was a great thing. And other than that, I was out on vacation prior to that, so I don't have a whole lot. But
okay, well, it's something.
But I had a great time. Really being there for a lot of youth might be or able to be touched by Marty Manuel, and he was just not a great person. I mean, he helped a lot of kids through karate to come along and affected our community while he was with us. He was on a wheelchair. He was able to coach the kids and made a very good amends out of a lot of kids that were going the wrong way, and he brought them in and helped them out. So I was happy that Jim and I were awarded for our efforts in making this happen, and I thank Mrs. Dr. Rossi for giving us the opportunity to have this tournament and being part of it.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Taylor.
I briefly would just like to say we attended a meeting last night, and Jill Lombardo did speak a little bit, and she did touch on the SNAP program, but I would like to thank you, Cheryl, for bringing it to the attention of everybody that's here. And I do feel that the surrogate's office having a satellite in Vineland is going to be very helpful for all of Cumberland County. And that's really all I have.
Thank you. Deputy Director. All right.
Thank you. Well, we have a lot of events coming up, obviously. So starting Friday, we have Halloween. So I'm hoping all the kids have a good trick or treat, get out there and have some good fun. Probably some people noticed we had some lovely green lights as you walked in here today, and that's the Operation Green Light celebrating our veterans. So I know the county maybe is a little early on that, but it's never too early to celebrate our veterans. Veterans Day is right around the corner, and I know there's an event over in Vineland at Landis Park, which I plan on attending. It's always a nice service over there. But I have had some conversations in Cumberland County, and I think, hopefully, next year we're going to have our own Veterans Ceremony of our own right here in Cumberland County. So that's a project that I'll be working on between now and then. Other than that, obviously Election Day is right around the corner, so I just want to tell everyone you can get out there and vote and make sure that you have your voices heard. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Commissioner Paulson.
All right. Recently, I attended the meeting of the Office of Aging Advisory Committee, and on my Facebook, I've posted a flyer they have for a program they've started for dementia patients and their caregivers. It's something that very much needed, and it's a very good program. A lot of accolades coming about it, and Barbara doing a fantastic job with it. So anybody has a relative, friend that has dementia, and this is for both the patient and the caregiver. All of them at the same time, 2 different events, get them out there, get them active, and helps them through the process. Culture and Heritage, I attended their meeting. One of the big things there was brought up in Greenwich. They have a museum there. The museum is going to be closing and moving in February to a new location in Greenwich, which will be a larger, better, more modern building. I also attended last night's South Jersey Commissioners meeting. I attended the Firemen's Memorial, which was hosted in Marsh River Township. It's something every year to honor those volunteer firefighters and paid firefighters who have passed away in the past year. Can't say enough for these individuals. They give their own time, effort to protect us all. Without them, there's no way the county could afford, a paid fire company throughout the whole county. the Greenwich Fair. It's always a good event to attend. A lot of crafts and great people down there, and recommend next year anybody didn't make it down there, see this beautiful part of the county and meet the great people down there. Also attended Taste of Island the other night, where all the different restaurants in Island got together and you could taste the different specialties that they have there. So it was another great event, and county's moving on.
Very good. Thank you so much, Commissioner Albrecht.
Yeah, I got a chance to participate in the overdose awareness program, which with the chairman, with the director. Always well attended. It's an event it's sad that it's so well attended because there's memories for each person that's there. It's held from our Human Service Department, and it's a hopefully, I'll say this, hopefully there's less people in the future, but on purpose, because we're doing our job. But right now it's a packed house, and I enjoy being there, enjoy talking to people, enjoy hearing the stories of things they've overcome. So it'll be in the future too. So also I got a chance to address the Bridgeton Rotary. Was asked. It was a nice event. The Bridgeton Rotary is very active. They just asked what was going on in the county. I explained the different things we were doing and what we were involved with, and they had a lot of questions. But one thing I liked is that they were students from Bridgeton High School that attend that were actually part of it. That they bring them in. It's actually, well, sorry, I didn't know that, but they had a lot of questions, and I really appreciate that. It was a nice. And they rotate that, which is nice, enjoyable. I also went to an event that helped raise money for the Boys and Girls Club. Richie Cates, out of Richie Cates and his family. Their family was the president. Richie Cates was when I was a light heavyweight champion. I remember my grandfather had a lot of history. My grandfather, my dad would travel to see him fight. With closed circuit, if you remember closed circuit, they would see, and we used to see him running around training in the city of Island. And I say that because for the next probably 50 years, he contributed back to the county, helping youth, working wherever he could volunteer. He did. He was quite an individual, and it reflected his family. So it was nice to be part of it. The Boys and Girls Club, of course, benefited from it. It was a nice event and done at the 910 building in Vineland. We had our doing business with the county, and the director will kind of explain more about that, which I'm glad was successful. I did attend the fundraiser for Code Blue. I got a chance to talk to their director, Code Blue in Vineland, because I've been comparing notes with Mayor Kelly with Bridgeton. They're totally done different ways. They're going to tackle, I believe it's going to be a pretty cold winter, and they're going to tackle they're going to have a lot to tackle. The one thing she said to me is she has plenty of volunteers, 150 or something she mentioned. I thought it was pretty impressive. It still needs them to get out, still needs to do stuff, but it was impressive how she said it. That's awesome to have that many volunteers ready to go. And she always needs more, not to say that, but it was pretty impressive when she said it to me. But it was a very successful fundraiser, and hopefully in the future another one will be out more fundraising. I got a chance at the Triad sponsor with the Sheriff's Department, that my colleague over here was part of that at one time. The was very successful, packed house. Food was great. I always like going there to serve. We had a lot of different county and other private facilities there to show what they do. They had a good speaker that actually was very informative. I think a lot of people get, it was the last one for the year, it was a Thanksgiving thing, but we'll have one in March as the next one. And it's always held at the Elks in Millville. So. And RCC Tech, their 10th anniversary was held. It was a very good event. it's surprising that it's been 10 years, but I always been saying this, I have a great program with my colleague Victoria Lodes, that the CC Tech has done a lot for this county, not just for its own program, but it's also pushed our other program, our high schools, Violin, Millville, Bridgeton, and Cumberland Regional, to get going, be part of it, to roll with their own end of it, and it's made them better, I believe, because I've been to Millville when they dedicated a wing. I know Cumberland Regional and Bridgeton are actually combined to the electrical program and their HVAC system program. They've actually upgraded their programs, and actually Cumberland Regional is pretty unique in what they do. So it's a 10th anniversary of CC Tech, but I think they've made every other high school better because they have to compete for the students that we have, and they have to be better, or they're not staying there. So I applauded them. It was part of the event. It's quite a milestone. So. Okay, I guess that's it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Take care.
Commissioner Lodes.
Well, Commissioner Albrecht, I'm glad you left off on education, because I'm going to begin on education. I had the opportunity, I try to go every so often to tour RCSJ South Jersey Cumberland campus to see what are the newest things, what does the newest classrooms, what are the newest technologies that are being offered to our students, what do they look like. And also to make sure that we're sort of continuing to work well and partner with our city schools, Vineland, Millville, Bridgeton, Cumberland Regional, CC Tech, and that it's a really nice pathway to lead into that. And I am privileged to have a lot of information about RCSJ because of my position on this board. And as an educator, I constantly share that with our students, that you can get a 4-year degree for $6,000. That it's not just these really intensive, writing, English classes and math classes to get a job to get a degree with a job that you're going to sit behind a desk, but that there's a lot of hands-on and advanced manufacturing, technology, automotive degrees and education that can happen there, even if it's not a full degree, but maybe just a training program. Even a class that can help you prepare for the test that you need to take to get into the electrical workers union. There are so many options and so many things that are offered at RCSJ, and I toured the building and the grounds and those up-to-date classrooms with our Board of Trustees members from Cumberland County, and it was fantastic to see that. And I brought to their attention that I really want to work together with our educators around the county in all of our schools to make sure that they're aware of that, because those are the people who are having the FaceTime, the one-to-one connection with our students every day. And I want them to be able to bring that information directly to our students. It's one thing for the guidance counselors to know. It's another thing for these colleges to visit on a college recruitment or open house day. But that's just one person standing behind a table. I think it would go a long way to educate our educators about all of the things that we're doing at the RCSJ campus. And what we are doing there is incredible. I will have to share with everybody that our college is working together with business and industry right here in Cumberland County, talking about what do you need, what advanced robotics technology are you using on your manufacturing floors that we can train our students and our new workforce to be able to go right to work for everybody that's here in Cumberland County. So we're training the workforce and they have jobs to go to right here in Cumberland County. I was really excited about that. And I want to also point out that the county commissioners share all the places that they go, and I was with a lot of you at many of the places that you mentioned. We share that because that's kind of what our job is. Our job is to be an advocate and a communicator and a conduit between the public and the government, and also, of course, manage public funds and the services that the county provides. But there were a number of issues that were brought up here tonight that do have to do with legislation. And this is not a legislative board, and we know that. This is a management board, but we also are here to advocate. And so a big part of what we do is to go to the voters, the residents of Cumberland County, and understand what's on their mind. We were serving lunch at the Triad luncheon, and that was a room of, what would you say, 200 people? It was a packed house, I will
Packed
say
house.
that. And so we had a lot of really great conversations with our seniors and what's happening with them. And that means that we can take all of that information back here into our jobs and make sure that we are governing in a way that reflects the needs of the people that we were elected to represent. And I just want to point out that that's why we do that. It's about going to the people to find out what's on their mind and bringing that back here so that we can govern as effectively as possible in a way that reflects the people we represent. Also, I would be remiss if I didn't remind people, it was Election Day, next Tuesday, November 4th. And our Election Day is a part of our democratic system, which our country was built on. And in recent years, we all know that those voter turnout numbers have gone down. And in order to maintain our democratic system, we need for everyone to be involved. And so yes, while this message is to encourage everyone to vote, it's also to take a pause and a moment, if I may, to thank the people just in this room tonight and that are out there listening and watching who are involved and a part of our government every day. We had incredible volunteers here tonight. Esau Martin and what he's doing in the city of Bridgeton. Everyone who came out, Shoshana, and everyone who came out from the library board to speak about our library and make sure that that funding was there. And yes, I told you last time that we're going to make sure that funding is there, and we're going to continue to do so. Sharon, I can't thank you enough for the things that you do. And the volunteers for the expungement event that the prosecutor shared with us, I appreciate their efforts. You all thank John Redden, which I was going to get to, but also all of the volunteers that volunteer on our boards. And John Redden, for sure, for his 8 years of service to the Cumberland County Tech Board. But especially the people that come to these meetings every other week on a regular basis, and I'm going to call you out by name, Mr. Hawk, Ms. Ridgway, and Ms. Acevedo. Thank you for being a part of your government. Thank you for taking your time to come to these meetings and give your feedback, and that helps us to govern in the best way that we can. And really that's what this is about, and I hope that people are inspired by people like you and all of the volunteers that we heard here tonight and that we see here tonight to be part of their government. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to go out and cast your vote on November 4th. And one last thing I just want to leave with everybody, Saturday, November 1st, because we wouldn't have this right to vote without our veterans. Saturday, November 1st, our Millville Air Force Air Museum is hosting their tribute to vets. And it goes all day, 10 to 2. I've been to this event many times. It's a beautiful event. And I think Saturday is actually supposed to be kind of a nice sunny day. And that's a really great, kind of environment to be out at the Millville Airport and especially at the museum, which has made a ton of additions recently. So they'll be out there 10 to 2, open house, come see everything. The ceremony does begin at 11 and it's followed by a really fun mess hall lunch. So if anyone can come out, please come out and see our Millville Air Force Museum and support our tribute to our vets. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be brief.
Good, because we weren't.
Yeah, I know. I've gone to a lot of events that a lot of the commissioners talked about. There was a couple that stood out that weren't mentioned. One, I love the Bay Shore. I love the Bay Shore Festival. And if you like oysters, you got to go down there. And I've gone down there 3 times this year, and I really do enjoy it. You should try to get down there. It's a beautiful place to have a museum down there. You should go see it. Enjoy it. Just sit on the dock there and just talk with the family, friends, other people. It's a really great place to be. You get a nice breeze down there, and you should try it sometime if you've never been down there. I went to a lot of the October festivals, the fall festivals, and Commissioner Alstina made the statement about Greenwich, and I was down there, and it was a beautiful thing. We have a lot of beautiful things in our county. We should try to get, one of the things that I really like to work on is a very good calendar to where we can get it on our website and have not only just Cumberland, just the county government, but everybody's, all the cities, and see if we can get something like that. But we all have so much to offer. And as I said, I've been to a lot of the events throughout Cumberland County. Commissioner Albrecht mentioned the suicide watch. That's near and dear to my heart. One of the things that I made a statement about is to the people was, it's not your fault. It's not the fault of the people there that are remembering other individuals. It's not your fault. And that's important to remember, okay? And what you saw was the camaraderie between all the individuals in the stand. And that's also very important, because you start to build that friendship, and you can start relying on those individuals, and that's very important. The event that Commissioner Romero and I went, and again, I have to thank Dr. Dina Rossi. She helped out a great deal being able to get the gymnasium. Sensei Marty Manuel, he was my sensei. He was a very unique and unbelievable individual, and I can say this openly, that there is no man living or dead that I had more respect for than that person right there. He was just an unbelievable person. The worst thing in the world is to get to know, to have known this guy, because if anything happened to you, you wanted to cry about it and do self-pity. If you knew Marty Manuel, that had to go away, because of what he did, what happened to him, and the fight that he had to keep on going. So those are the things that I remembered this past month. Just remember, we have a great county. Go out and see it. Don't just stay in your homes. Don't just stay in your cities. It's all over. And again, I want to thank this board. One of the really great things that we did was that expansion for the surrogate's office. I think that's very important. We're going to be able to serve the people of Cumberland County better, and it's going to make it easier for them. I want to thank all our department heads that are here. I appreciate you getting up and explaining a lot of different situations that we've had. And I want to thank our administrators, okay, of the county. You have no idea the hard work they put in behind the scenes to get everything ready. And I know sometimes you ask questions, especially if you ask questions at a couple meetings back, we might not have the answers right then and there. We might have to go and research and get that information for you. But I just want you to know they work very, very hard for you and the people of Cumberland County. That being said, I think we have a motion to adjourn. We don't have any executive session.
No.
So,
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
aye.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.